Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Secret Base figure preview video. Before we get started, I want to say a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood for going out in person to Secret Base to snap these awesome high-res pictures. Show Ryan some love in the comments below because without him, this series literally wouldn't be possible. Now, if you're looking to pre-order your very own copy of Poe Dameron, I've popped a link to Pop Collectibles in the description below, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. When you're pre-ordering from Pop, you can either pay the full amount right up front, or leave a deposit and fix up the balance when the figure releases. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as brand new Star Wars content goes live. I thought we were so done with sequel stuff, I was ready to pack up my sequel figures. Not that I don't like everything about them, it's just that I'm running out of space and I need to take it back from somewhere. It's not going to be Clone Wars, it's not going to be original trilogy or Mandalorian or prequels. It has to be sequels, but here is Poe Dameron, and that throws a spatter in the works. Why did it take them this long to give us such an important character? It's surely nothing to do with licensing, because Disney knows better than that. They lock down likeness rights so that toy manufacturers can give us stuff like this. Hasbro with Black Series, they gave us so many Poe Damerons, but only just now. Hot Toys are getting around to making figures of Oscar Isaac, which is crazy because Oscar Isaac is a Hot Toys collector. He's got a collection. But they didn't give him a Moon Knight head sculpt, like a head sculpt of himself as Mark Spector or Stephen Grant, when they released the first Moon Knight, and they never made Poe Dameron, but here he finally is, so Oscar Isaac can collect a figure based off his appearance in the MCU and in Star Wars. I'm so freaking happy for him. When it comes to accessories, they don't give us a ton. Display base, blaster, some gloved hands, some ungloved hands, a switch out hairpiece if you've got him with the helmet on, and of course the helmet. Okay, onto Poe himself. Sculpted plastic boots. For a Star Wars character, this is unheard of. If they can use pleather for the boots, they do. You would think it would be the opposite. They'd go sculpted, but no. They love making Star Wars characters' boots out of pleather. Not this time. Sculpted plastic, well painted, a lot of detail on the surface. His flight suit is looking a little clean for me because Poe was more rough and tumble. Like, he wasn't only seen in the cockpit of an X-Wing, he was also kicking ass and doing some hand-to-hand combat sort of stuff. So a little bit more weathering. There's a touch of it. Like on the pocket flaps, you can see it. But some more would really set this piece off, because the orange is extremely vibrant. That's one of the reasons why I want to get this, because he will stand out on the shelf. But that also means you can weather it up more and it's still going to pop because that orange is so vibrant. The white vest, extremely clean. Then the straps, the belt, the grey there. It's lacking some extra surface detail is what I'm trying to say. That hose that extends down from the chest box and connects to the pocket, is it actually connected to anything? Or is it just sitting in the pocket? We'll have to wait and see when this guy releases. For the prototype, that hose looks like it's super glued or hot glued or blue tacked in. That will not be the case when this guy comes out. The vest is padded for those rib sections, more so on the right side versus the left, and there's some Arabesh on the left side. Does anyone know what that says? Does it just say Poe Dameron? Or like Rebel Pilot or something? Tell me in the comments if you can translate that. And we've got the Rebel symbol up there on his left shoulder. They've gone with a slimmer body than usual, and normally Oscar Isaac, he fills out his costumes on screen, but I've checked reference. It's been ages since I've watched anything sequels related. I needed to Google this. The flight suit he was wearing in The Force Awakens was kind of baggy, so I understand why they went with a slimmer body for this. They could have oversized the jumpsuit instead of using a smaller body, but that wouldn't have done him any favors. He would have come across doll-like, Mego-esque. This, likely, after them testing that as an option, ended up being the best way of capturing the screen-accurate baggy look for the flight suit without going too doll-like by making it too large. Oh, and with the prototype, he does have his wrist pegs out. There's an undershirt. You can pull that down to cover up the wrist pegs. I'm not sure why they didn't do that on display here at Secret Base or whatever little pop-up store this is. His helmet, you can install it on his head sculpt. I'm nervous about scuffing up the paint applications on that sculpt. I'm always a fan of a switch-out sculpt instead of having to actually pop a helmet on top of a head. I know some people like doing that. It leads to other issues like the helmet being oversized or running the risk of damaging paint applications, or a switch-out hairpiece with a noticeable seam in it. It's not so ugly, it's not so egregious that it ruins the head sculpt, but you can see the seam, yeah? Where his part is, there's a gap, a shadow is falling in it. They've tried to hide it amongst the crevices for the rest of the hair, that messy hair look, but they've not 100% succeeded with that. The tolerances need to be a lot tighter if this is going to be a successful, invisible switch-out hairpiece. The head sculpt itself is reuse from Moon Knight, but they've changed the hair a little, I believe. I'm okay with it being reused because the Moon Knight sculpt was already one of their best head sculpts of all time. This is dead on Oscar Isaac from every angle. The sculpted skin texture looks brilliant, there's a 5 o'clock shadow, and he's got moving eyes, of course he does. All modern day Hot Toys figures come with moving eyes, thank goodness. It looks like it's a seamless head and neck combo unit. I'm not married to that idea. You can use a split under the chin Hot Toys because that means you'd get more range of motion out of the sculpt, and you wouldn't even see the seam from front on or a 3/4 turn. It's only once you start to look at the side of the head sculpt that becomes a lot more visible. So at the end of this, am I getting him? Yes. I think it's time to cancel my plans to retire my sequel collection. I love Poe as a character in the sequel, so now that I've got him in 1/6 scale, it's starting to renew my interest in those movies. It hasn't completely rehabilitated them for me, but I'm well on the way to sitting down to at least rewatch Force Awakens. Now, I'm going to pre-order mine from Pop Collectibles. I've popped a link to their site in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. When you're pre-ordering from Pop, you can either pay the full amount right up front, or leave a deposit and fix up the rest when the figure releases. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. If you're heading down to the description, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.